It's been about 2 months since my last video about Iris Revision 6 keyboard. I've been using this keyboard for about 2 months for my work. I tweaked on the configuration several times. Sometimes I went to the extreme and I decided to scale back and forth, but I think now I have the perfect configuration for my use case. So I decided to purchase another Iris keyboard so that I don't have to bring it back and forth to my office. About a week before, Keep.io announced that they have a new revision of the Iris keyboard and also the finally awaited Aluminium Case. So I decided to get it. And today it just arrived. Previously, when I tried to configure my keyboard, I also found out that you can use this software called QMK instead of VIA, so you can have more powerful configuration if you want to. So today I will show you how to assemble this Iris aluminum case keyboard and also show you how to configure it with QMK. Okay, so this is the aluminum case from Keep.io and black color. The coil cable to put in the middle. And they also give me FR4 plates. I think you can replace this and use this instead of the steel platform right here. I don't know what's the difference. I think it's for just to make it more solid, but I will stick with the steel version for now. Some bumpers. I think this is for the PCB and also for the bottom of your keyboard. And I see it here that they also gave me some hex keys. I think this is to disassemble this. Yeah, it is to disassemble this case, as you can see here. I also bought a Durock Shrimp Linear because this time I want to try a linear switch. And finally, the PCB itself now comes in pink color, and I think it looks fantastic. If you see it here, it says Iris Rev 7 left side, and yeah, Iris Rev 7. First thing that we have to do is to disassemble this case and with the hex key here. All right, there it is. Left side, as you can see. Okay, I think you have to put your switches first, so because your switch is supposed to be the one that holds this PCB in place. Let's go ahead and do that. Carefully align the switch to the slot. Great. Now we just have to fill in the rest of the switches. All right. So the rest is easy. I just need to assemble this back. Oh, before that, maybe it's better to put the PCB bumper. And time to put this rubber feet. There it is. We finally finished both left and right keyboard. Now we just have to put on the keycaps. So I actually already know what type of keycaps I'm going to put in this keyboard based on my previous iteration of Iris Rev 6. So I'm just gonna do that and we'll explain to you the layout later. Okay, now let's try to program this keyboard using QMK. So you can go to this docs.qmk.fm, getting started, and go down to setup. So you will have your text editor and everything, and then you have to prepare your build environment. So brew install QMK. And before that, you have to do brew tab QMK, just to see if your brew actually has QMK. All right, and then you do brew install QMK. And you see here, I already actually installed QMK. And then I need to clone the QMK firmware, which you can find here. There it is. All right, just do clone, git clone. All right, once you're done with that, you have to cd QMK firmware and QMK setup h dot. Set dot as your QMK home. Press yes. You can just answer yes to everything. QMK is ready to go, but minor problems were found. Okay, I don't care. All right, so let's try so that it works. QMK compile, keybio, Iris, maybe. I think they have the Rev 6B, so let's check it out here. There it is, keybio. And you see that we have Iris And there you go, Rev 7. So they do have Rev 7 already. So just because we just cloned this thing, they must have the Rev 7. And keyM means key map, the default. So let's try that. Compiling key map, blah blah blah. All right, looks like it's working. Great. So let's turn our attention to the key map configurator, which is located on QMK FM. Here it is, QMK Configurator. So I actually already have my JSON file, which I will upload here. So you can either upload your JSON file or you can just configure it yourself. I already have my JSON file, so I'm just gonna do that. So this is my key map. I generally don't use a lot of layers. I only use 3 layers, and mostly I use only the base layer. So I put the normal QWERTY configuration here. On the top left, I put tilde, and on the top right, I put the minus, and I move the backspace to the second row on the top right. And I put tab here, but here on the left side, I put escape. And if you see here, left control T, it means left control tab, and you can find it in the quantum here. If you see here, left control T, so it, and you see the help at the bottom of the screen. You see, if you hover down to it, it says left control when held. KC means I guess keystroke when tapped. So if I tap this, this will be escape, and if I hold it, it will be left control. The rest are the same with the QWERTY, and left shift as well, right shift. I put my space on the left thumb, bottom row, and on the right side, I put enter, and the regular your modifier keys. And I also put the layer tab here. So if you see it here, MO1 and MO2, it means when I press this key, I will go to the first layer. But if I press this key or this key, I will go to the second layer. Now let's check out the first layer. So I put all my F1, F2 until F12 on the second layer. And I put some numbers here for me to enter numbers easier. Put page up, page down for browser navigations. And this is a control, yeah, this is just a regular keyboard navigation. Left, down, up, right. I made it the same like my Vim key bindings because I'm used to Vim. Although like I'm inclined to think that this is probably a bad idea and can give you RSI, because in Vim you use the same finger, and then on navigation you use the same finger, and later on the layer 2 I actually put the mouse navigation on the same key as well. So it might not be a good idea. So I put some extra symbols here, the symbols that I don't have in the first layer, as you can see. Go to the second layer. I have my media keys: volume minus, volume plus, and mute, previous, next, play, RGB mode. In this keyboard, I don't use RGB, but it's kind of nice to know that RGB is working, so you can test switches easily. Mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down, because sometimes the page doesn't work with page up, page down, but it works with mouse wheel up and mouse wheel down. I don't know why. And I put my mouse left, mouse down, mouse up, mouse right, and mouse button 1 and mouse button 2 here. So I can use this keyboard without having to use mouse if I want to. So Don't forget to don't forget to name your key map. I will just name the name. What is this? Iris Ref 7. And download this, save this somewhere. Alright, so now you have your key map, and you can go to your QMK firmware folder, and I have my Iris Ref 7 key map in this directory, as you can see. And now you want to make the keymap C file. Well, you can use JSON to C. I put Iris Ref 7 JSON, and the output will be Iris Ref 7.c. All right, so so now you can make a directory in this QMK firmware. So just make their keyboards key.io Iris key maps. Just name it what? I guess I'll name it mine. And I'm just gonna copy the Iris Ref 7 keyboard key.io keymap mine. Yeah. Iris Ref 7 to keyboards key.io keymap. Iris keymaps. I will name it mine here. Before that, I actually want to enable my mouse on this keyboard, because you see that I enable a mouse configuration on my JSON file, and that wouldn't work without actually having to tweak it first. So now let's go to your newly made key.io, and let's create a rules.mk file. Okay, rules.mk. You want to do mouse key enable. So you want to enable mouse key here, and create another file, config.h. So this file actually just define what's your mouse speed, I think. I copied this from somewhere. I think somebody got it from Ultimate Hacking Keyboard. I'm not sure, actually. Don't quote me on it. Yeah, I think that's all. So these two files will actually enable your keyboard to use mouse, to have like mouse-like functionality. Okay, it's time to compile it. Great, looks like it's working. All right, now it's time to flash this firmware. First, you need to download the QMK toolbox. So you can just do this brew tab, homebrew, cast drivers. And then once you're done with that, I already installed it, by the way, and then you do brew install cast QMK toolbox. All right, once you're done with that, then you can launch the QMK toolbox. Now you want to open the hex file that we just compiled, and then you want to connect the keyboard first. Let's flash the left keyboard. So we have to press the reset button. Where is the reset button here? There's no reset button here. All right, call me crazy, but I have to actually disassemble this thing because there is no reset button. So here's actually the reset button. If you can see it, then yeah, you have to open the case first. You have to press the reset button and release. The yellow device, yellow line here will appear. And you also need to clear the EPROM and click flash. All right, flash complete. Now let's do the same thing with the right one. All right, it's complete. There you go. Here it is, the end product. Iris keyboard revision 7 with a black aluminum case. You can actually get a soft case as well in the Iris website. And it looks like this. You can put your cable in the middle and some other stuffs. All right, so what do I think about the aluminum case so far? I think it feels really solid, really high quality, and I also like the feel of the linear switches. And I think the keycaps that I bought matches the look really well. The only downside is you actually need to open the bottom of the case before flashing the firmware, but I don't think that's too big of a deal. Overall, I'm really satisfied with it. I'm looking forward to use this in my home. That's all for now. I hope you will see me next time.